provisions of the Electoral Act 2022, the Commission released the timetable and schedule of activities for the 2023 general election over 2 months ago. Since then, the official notice for the election has been published as required by law. Similarly, all 18 political parties have forwarded the schedules for the conduct of their primaries and have commenced the process of choosing their candidates by conducting, in the cases of some parties, ward and local government congresses. Beyond the conduct of party primaries by political parties, the Commission is required to make regulations and guidelines for the implementation of the provisions of the Electoral Act. I am glad to report that the Commission will finalize this document next week to guide the conduct of future elections. With regard to the Ekiti and Osun governorship elections, the Commission is processing applications by media organizations for accreditation. I wish to reassure you that all applications will be carefully considered and expeditiously treated. The Commission will also work with the security agencies to ensure the safety and security of journalists and their unimpeded access to all voting and collation locations during elections. There are many progressive provisions in the Electoral Act 2022 which require clear understanding to guide implementation. One of such provisions is the electronic transmission of election results. At this meeting, we will discuss the implementation of the provisions of Section 60, 62, and 64 of the Electoral Act regarding the management of election results. We have prepared a document for discussion which is included in your folders for this meeting. As you are aware, the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise ends next month, that is on 30th June 2022. But the online pre-registration as well as the physical registration at designated centers that are taking place simultaneously will have to be concluded before the conclusion of the physical registration on the 30th of June. At this meeting, we will discuss the implementation of the provisions of these relevant sections of the Electoral Act that I mentioned, so that we are clear in terms of where we go with this important provision in the Electoral Act on collation and transmission of election results. On the issue of the ongoing voter registration, we have been pursuing a two-pronged approach. We have the online pre-registration to be completed at designated centers, and you have the physical completion of the exercise. For the online registrants, we have given them the opportunity to register and book an appointment to complete the registration physically at some of the designated centers. We can continue with the online pre-registration as well as the physical registration simultaneously until 30th June, because since the exercise is going to end on 30th June, there is no way those who register up to 30th June will have the opportunity to complete the registration physically. For that reason, the Commission is suspending the pre-registration online on the 30th of this month, that is 30th May 2022. This will enable the online registrants to complete their registration physically at the designated centers before the exercise, as I said, is suspended on the 30th of June. Now, doing so will enable the Commission to clean up the registration data, print the permanent voters' cards, and compile the register ahead of the 2023 general election. On the cleaning up of the registration exercise, the Commission addressed a press conference 4 weeks ago to present a report on the exercise covering the period June to December 2021. For the first time, the Commission deployed the Automated Biometric Identification System, the ABIS, which is a comprehensive and robust system involving not just the fingerprint identification, but also facial biometric recognition. The report of the ABs is included among the documents in your folders for this meeting. There will also be a presentation on the exercise by our ICT department, so that you are in the full picture of the basis on which we said 2.5 million Nigerians completed their registration, but 1.1 million registrants were invalid. And for that reason, we didn't print the PVCs. There is going to be a comprehensive report by the ICT department, and we have a document contained in your folders for this meeting. On election technology, we have reviewed the functionality of the bimodal voter accreditation system, the BVAS, following complaints received from the recent area council elections in the FCT held on the 12th of February 2022. 2 weeks later, the Commission conducted 6 by-elections in 4 states across 4 geopolitical zones of the country, covering rural, suburban, and urban areas. It was the most extensive geopolitical deployment of the BVAS since it was pioneered in the Isoko South 1 state constituency by-election in Delta State in June last year. In these by-elections, the 4 by-elections we conducted after the area council elections in the FCT, the BVAS functioned optimally, and this is attested to by the reports from field observers of the election accredited by the Commission, as well as the media organizations. The lessons learned from the most recent by-elections have been taken into consideration as we prepare for the forthcoming Ekiti and Osun governorship elections. The Commission has finished the configuration of the BVAS for the Ekiti governorship election. To further ensure optimal performance of the BVAS on election day, the Commission will undertake a mock voter accreditation exercise in Ekiti State ahead of the governorship election on 18th June 2022, the details of which will be announced shortly.